Great. I see we're live, ladies.
Yay.
Wonderful. Hooray. Here we are, another Thursday night, and we're together again for another Facebook Live. And I'm Coach Sandy. I'm joined tonight with three other wonderful coaches. We've got Coach Nancy. Say hello, Nancy.
Hi, everybody.
I think we all know Coach Nancy. She's a fixture here. We've also got Jennifer ×2. Raise your hand, Jennifer C. and Jennifer A.
Everyone.
Call them Gen C and Gen A for short. All right. Well, I'm glad that we're together tonight because we've got a really fun topic we're going to cover. Our focus for our event tonight is physical activity, and we shorten that here at HMR to PA. We're really just going to drill down on the benefits of becoming more active and why it's so worth it to figure it out in your life. PA is not only not always easy to fit in, but it's always worth the time and effort. Wouldn't you say so, ladies?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I know it's a part
For
of your
sure.
regular routines. Yes, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour. If you're joining us, we want you to bring your experience with PA to the conversation, your sense of humor with any hashtags you might think up on the fly, anything that comes to mind. And we want to have a lot of fun together, a lot of involvement. So let's check and see who has joined us, ladies.
Yeah, we already have a couple of our friends joining us. We've got Jennifer and Susan. Hi, ladies. We have Sandra and Bob is here. We know where Bob is from.
Mhm.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
going to say it? Who's going to say it?
Who wants to say where Bob's from?
Rancho Cucamonga, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
We'll have to visit there one day.
Yeah, Southern California.
I love that.
Oh, we've got Pat, Larry. Excellent. We've got Coach Rick here with us too.
All right.
Awesome. All right.
Susan's already hashtagging, so she's
Oh,
basically
wow.
like
It's ahead of time.
hashtagging pretend you love it until you do. So fake it till you make it, basically with the
That's great. I love it. All
PA.
right.
Good advice.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad the hands are active because we want a lot of that tonight.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. So if you are just joining us, we are talking about PA, physical activity tonight. So let's jump in. Nancy, where do you want to kick us off here? Where should we start?
Well, I want to have a little fun here to begin, and I want to acknowledge the fact that our environment doesn't support being active.
No.
And when you really think about it, that's true. So here's what we're going to do. Sandy's going to show you a picture, and your job is to look at the picture and write a comment about what instantly comes to mind when you see it. And you can hashtag it like Susan's already started, or just make some sort of a comment. So here we go. Sandy's going to show you the picture. Really look at this.
You see it?
Yes,
All right.
All
So
right.
start typing. What comes to mind?
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was hashtag what stairs?
Right. They're just a decoration.
Hashtag saving my energy.
We don't want to get hashtag it's like I don't want to burn. I've got to get on the stair machine.
Yeah, I'm about to work out. Why would I take the stairs?
I mean, you just can't help but wonder what was going on here when they built these stairs and escalators up to a fitness center. But my hashtag is hashtag don't make me move my legs.
So Pat says riding the escalator to exercise.
What? Really? We did
What
not
is the
Photoshop
irony-
this.
The irony of it is just amazing.
It is.
Oh.
And nobody's on the stairs.
Oh, and Rick, hashtag the stairs must be slippery.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So
All right.
Jenna's saying she saw that before. Lori, hashtag electric stairs. Yeah, Coach Sandy, don't make me move my legs. I know, it's like, yeah,
Bob
why
says-
would we want to do that?
Oh, Bob says only in America.
Good one, Bob.
And then Jen, you mentioned, the other thing that came to mind with this stuff is the airports, right?
Oh gosh.
And not only do we have the escalators going up and down, but we have the moving sidewalks
Yes.
flat, right? So you really you don't have to move at all.
No,
Right.
no, you don't. And everybody's just standing on the moving sidewalk. They don't even walk on the moving sidewalk. They just stand on the moving sidewalk.
Right. And the escalators, the moving sidewalks, the elevators, they're always much more populated than the stairs. It's always lonely on the stairs.
It is.
It is. It is.
I
Yeah.
saw this just a week ago at the doctor's office, a group of people waiting for an elevator where there was a staircase just to go up one flight to get to the office. It's just
They were all
everywhere
waiting.
we look. Yeah.
Now, we do know it is necessary for some people to have to take the escalator, elevator.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of
We're not
course.
talking about
Yeah,
that.
we're not
Like when
talking
you're
about-
able-bodied and you
Yeah.
opt for
Mhm.
that more often than not. Think of the calories you could burn taking the stairs more often than not. Yeah,
Right.
it's really it's an opportunity. That's why I always approach
There you
it.
go.
right?
An opportunity.
Presented with both, it's an opportunity to burn calories always on the stairs. Yeah.
Mhm.
Any more comments?
We do. So John, who is a senior trainer and account manager with HMR, says, hello, friends, and also hashtag stairway to fitness.
I like it.
That's
I think
good.
that's a winner.
Yeah.
That is a winner.
That
Yeah,
should
John-
be a caption.
John has a way with words, and he's very good at his hashtags.
Yes,
That's
agree. Glad you're here with us, John.
All right. So shall we,
Yeah.
move on? That was fun. But again, just a reminder for those of you just joined, we're talking about physical activity, and we're
Mhm.
talking both about how easy it is to be inactive in the
Mhm.
environment today, but on the other side, why it's really worth it to do it, to figure it
Mhm.
out.
Right. And, even though our environment doesn't always support physical activity or encourage it, and makes it easy sometimes not to move,
Mhm.
it is so important to move for so many reasons. And so, like Nancy said, we do want to hear your reasons. Put it in the comments, from your perspective, from where you're sitting. Why do you do PA? Why is it
Mhm.
important? Why is it a priority? Let's hear from you, and just let's get some comments generated there. We're going to take a look at those in a minute. But what do you think, ladies? Top reasons for yourself, why you do PA?
I have a couple. I'd say my number one reason is health. Strong family history of some comorbidities that are pretty serious, like heart disease and cancer. So I'd like to try my best to prevent having to deal with those, but also just honestly on a day-to-day basis, I'm just happier on the days that I exercise. I just am just in a better mood.
Wow.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking too, I mean, everything that you said, Jen, but also because I can. Like, there are so many folks that are limited in such a way that they can't. And so I'm just grateful that I can actually use my body and be active. And I love to play. And so it's fun and playing with my kids. And I love being able to be out there, jumping on the trampoline, playing, basketball or kickball or tag. And I love still being able to do all that stuff and being active and not feeling like I just have to watch.
Exactly. I feel like PA is kind of like my fountain of youth. I'm in my mid 50s, but I'm just as active as I was in my 20s, and I don't really feel the need to slow down. And, it does make me feel like, I have more energy, more youthful. And I think I agree with what Susan wrote in the comments, that it also sets the mindset for the day. If I do physical activity in the morning or have it on my radar of when I'm going to do it, all the other health behaviors are kind of dragged along with it. It's really on my mind to make, food choices that support my weight and health goals, along with better sleep and all of that. So it's all kind of rolled into one, and the PA just is the driving force so often for me.
It is. And we have so many comments coming in and, helping you to speed up your weight loss, sticking closer to the diet. And Larry, it appears that you and Bob are close in proximity, which is fantastic. But he was just mentioning how hard it was when he first started 4 months ago to be physically active. And now he's doing more. And I think we've heard that time and time again with people not being active, having difficulties, and then before they know it, once they start doing something, they just get more and more active, and it just really opens up so many things for folks.
And
That's great.
Larry, you know, later on, we do want to talk about that. So please
Mm-hmm.
add in what you've been able to do and how you've been able to build it up. That'll be
Mm-hmm.
great. And I mean, I'm just dittoing everything that everybody said. You know, I'm older and I want to stay active for my family, my husband. I want to have some really strong retirement years where we can do whatever we want to and
Yeah.
be available to our kids. And now we have a granddaughter and just, you know, all of that. And then I get to eat more.
Yeah, that's so, yeah.
You
John's
know,
saying that
I'm,
too.
you know, when you're smaller, it just, or anybody, but you just get to eat more if you're burning
Mhm.
calories. And
Yeah.
I'm in such a better mood. There's just no
Mm.
doubt about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're in good company, Nancy. Just, you know, it's so true that the PA allows us to be able to eat a little bit more. John agrees. He says, more PA, I get to eat more calories and have an occasional indulgence.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm. That's great.
So true.
I like what Coach Rick said. PA gives me energy and optimism for whatever. Oh, my feed moved on me. Sorry there. What was it? I lost it. Sorry. For whatever you have to take on in the day, I believe. Yeah. Really
Perfect.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dara commented as well. This really hits home for me. She says, I want to do PA to be a role model for my two boys. It makes me feel mentally healthy and I can eat more.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, that's role
Great.
modeling is so huge because you know what you're role modeling they tend to be doing the same thing. So boy,
Mhm.
what a blessing to the next generation.
Jennifer brings up a good point, Jennifer M, another Jennifer, about, you know, when you don't move, you know, and just paying attention to what that feels like, it just does reinforce, you know, the importance of being active each day for
Mhm.
as often as you can, for sure.
And Francis is saying it keeps my mind focused and helps me to stay on track. I know Nancy, you know, we've heard this time and time again in phase one about, you know, pushing to do the physical activity because they're very synergistic. They work together. So it helps whether you're in phase two, phase one with your food choices, if you're being more active as well.
Yeah. Really great comments. Keep them coming, you know, reasons why you do physical activity. And that is our topic tonight, PA, you know, how to boost it, why do it, and the benefits of doing it.
And make sure to show us some love too by either hitting the like button or the hearts or, you know, anything. If you agree with anything that's being said or if something cracks you up that we're showing.
You know, Bob's making a really good point too. I just don't want to miss this. He says, exercise works far better for me than medication for depression. 2 antidepressants didn't do anything for me except give me insomnia, but exercise really helps my mood. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow.
I know whenever I'm dealing with something hard that happened or whatever, the first thing I do is go walk. And that I seem to cope better with, you know, grief or just anything that's harder.
Yeah.
I'm much better able to handle it with walking.
Yeah. And gosh, this past year, just, I don't think I would have been able to make it through the pandemic and being quarantined and being a teacher and being a mom and full-time employee. Like, I don't think I would have been able to make it through as, you know, successfully as I think I have without being active and making that a priority. So I know, especially right now, it's been important.
I've often used exercise to connect with people too. So for me, it's always enhanced, you know, my relationships. I'll walk with friends. I'll even talk on the phone with someone while I'm walking, just kind of make it a multitasking event. There's things that our family does together that is active, like hiking and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like it's become more than just a calorie burner, you know. It really has enhanced my life in so many ways.
And sometimes it's almost like a better conversation. I don't know. I don't know what it is when you're walking, but I think you're just more open and
Right.
I don't know.
Focused
Don't you
and-
think sometimes that happens?
I
More
think-
relaxed. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Our brains are more
Yeah.
alert for sure. Great. Great. Well, Tanya sums it all up. I think all of the above.
All right, I love it.
Right. Check, check, and check.
Yeah.
Check.
So,
Check. That's
all
right.
right. Well, we'll keep posting, but
Yeah.
let's all right. I think it's time for our next funny example.
I
All
do
right. So you
too.
guys, we're going to look at another example from the
Mhm.
culture that shows how easy it is to avoid physical activity. So we're going to do the same drill here. Sandy's going to show you a picture and then what comes to mind.
All right.
Hashtags, comments. Here
Here
it
we-
comes.
All right.
Drum
Is it a
roll.
Robo-mo?
Here it is, Robo-mo.
Yes.
Your robot, our expertise. So quickly, what comes to mind as you see this?
So honestly, like you're gonna have to get up and change it because you have a big yard. I mean, it's like you're gonna have to empty it anyway, right? That's what I think of. It's gonna do one strip and you're gonna have to get up and empty it. So maybe some more activity, but who knows? It may shoot it out the back. I don't know.
I don't know how it works, but I think when John saw this, he's watching with us, John, and he said, "Oh gosh, here we go, sedentary with robotic support." That was his hashtag.
Oh,
Hashtag sedentary with
Mhm.
robotic support.
Rick has a great one too. Hashtag Mo is better.
Oh, that's
Oh my
perfect.
gosh.
Oh, I love
you
that
did
one.
not go there, Rick. Oh my
Oh, that is
goodness.
great. Mo is better. That's great.
That's
How
the
long
winner
did
there.
he lay awake thinking up that one?
Oh wow, that is
Oh my
real good.
gosh.
All right, that may be the winner of the night. We'll have to see if anybody can
Yeah.
top that
Robo
one.
Mo. Yep.
That's right up there.
Mo
with
is better. And this, I mean, when you think it's not just the grass, we have the robot vacuum,
right.
right? That
Yeah.
I think Rick, yep, that was in our invitation. I've even seen the mop now. You can, do the mop and the vacuum with the robo.
Uh-huh.
So everything's getting to be robotic.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry says, I feel guilty. I have an iRobot vacuum.
Oh no.
I used to too, because my husband was so nice he got me that to be quick and easy. Well, but it didn't get up much stuff. Like it's only like this big of a tray.
Yeah.
No guilt. It's just
Maybe,
kind of
yeah,
humorous.
audio.
I in this picture though, I'm getting a kick out of that dog because that dog looks like, don't you dare come near me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and you think about, do I relax and read a magazine and enjoy the sun, or do I mow the lawn? Let me see. So,
These are funny.
Yeah.
So Jennifer's hashtag mowing right along.
That's good.
Susan's hashtag stay in the box or stay in the chair.
That's cute. Hey, Jen A, didn't you have a good hashtag for this?
Oh, no, I had a good hashtag for a different one that I'll share later. But I
Oh,
see,
okay.
funny comment. Dara is trying to make someone feel better by saying, "Oh, you shouldn't feel guilty. Feel free to send it to me. That will ease your guilt."
They are, with busy schedules, I can
Yeah.
see definitely the appeal of the iVacuum. What is the iRobots?
I have to be honest. When I showed this picture to my husband, he said, "I want one." He's like, "Put me
Oh.
on the list."
Okay, but let's be honest. Isn't this the high-tech version of having goats in your yard or
It is.
yeah, robotic goat?
Robotic goats.
Robotic goat.
All right. Any other comments coming in? These are all
Mhm.
good. Loving
Hashtag
it.
replace the goats.
Oh, Shane's here. Welcome, Shane. Glad you made it.
All right. We are ready. We are complete now.
Now it's a
Yes,
party.
we are.
Now
All
it's
right.
party.
So we should really, for those of you that have just joined us, our topic tonight is physical activity, and
Mhm.
we're kind of doing both sides. First, we're, just acknowledging how difficult it is or how easy it is to not be active in the
Mhm.
culture today. And we just showed an example of a robo-mow as a way to not have to mow your lawn. But we also, on the other hand, are talking about why is it important? And many of you've shared reasons why physical activity is important to you. And, you know, we've gotten the whole range from it allows me to eat more. It helps me really to stay motivated, to stay on track with other things. I just feel better. I feel more active. I'm less stressed. We've gotten a lot of different comments. But now we want to narrow it down and focus on one aspect of that. And several of you did mention things like this. So Jen, you want to?
Yeah, I know we had Bob talking about how physical activity was more effective for him than antidepressants, that the antidepressants just gave him the negative side effects of not being able to sleep at night, and that PA does do better than the medications. And I think we've seen that too with different things beyond the depression and just the overall feeling of feeling better. Many have said that that's both mentally and physically feeling better.
Right.
All right. So we're going to talk more about that. And, you know, physical activity now is recognized as a primary way to reduce the risk of dementia, which I think, you know, sort of all on our minds, let's face it. And in addition, it really is a primary way to promote mental and emotional well-being. So we're going to take a look at one of our favorite studies about this, and it's a research summary and how physical activity protects and even improves mental health. So Sandy's going to show this research.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ta-da. So this study, you'll see that on the left, it lists the top mental health benefits, or excuse me, the benefits from physical activity. So we're going to go through them. And again, get ready to comment which one or ones do you relate to? And then please comment about that.
Great. Yeah, so I'm going to run through these, and let's just start with that first one. So when in regards to energy level, I think we even heard this in the comments or saw it. PA increases it. So if you can relate to your energy level increasing as a result of being physically active, let's hear from you. Comment. All right. I know we see some head nods here from our coaches. We can relate to that one for sure.
I was just thinking that sometimes, you know, getting out and taking a walk is better at increasing my energy than even if I were to go take a little power nap. You know, it really does wonders.
Yeah. And also when I think about so many times, this could be a limiting factor to being physically active, is not having the energy to do it. But it's amazing that just getting started and you can get more and more energy. It's from doing that. And it's the same thing with, like, you're going to be tired. You're tired. Well, get out and do a walk and see if you can get some more energy. So it does absolutely increase that energy.
Right. And it doesn't take much, does it? 10 minutes.
5-10 minutes
Sometimes
makes a big
5-10
difference.
minutes is enough to just boost that energy level. Absolutely. All right. So be sure to comment if you can relate to energy level increasing as a result of exercise. Let's move on to the next one. Self-esteem. PA increases that also. Who can relate to their self-esteem being boosted? Just checking the comments here too.
Yeah. Pat was just saying, you know, definitely increases energy, clears your mind, and you lose inches off your body, which does a big thing for your self-esteem as well, as we're talking about. And Rachel being consistent, she says, really helps her. And Rick just mentioned how energy is a big reason why he's puts that as a priority.
And Sharon's commenting too, and I think this is such a good point. Speaks, Jennifer, to what you said earlier. She says, when I start, I might be tired, but when I finish walking, I have more energy. It's so counterintuitive, right? But that is so often the case.
Right.
I like what Kate said too. One of our other coaches, she said, PA makes me have so much more energy. If I were to sleep in and skip my PA, I would be way more exhausted.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
And I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been more exhausted after missing a workout for sure.
Mhm.
And Susan really speaks to just having that sense of accomplishment
Mhm,
after, exercising, and that's a real esteem booster.
mhm.
Sometimes even if you don't get much accomplished in the entire day, if at least you get in a little bit of PA, that's something that you can feel really good about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, O'Shea's here. So great to have you on,
Great.
O'Shea. And he speaks to increased energy, self-esteem, and overall morale booster. And the best medicine is a good workout. I remember in the clinic when I worked in our Lexington clinic, saying that, everybody's looking for that magic pill and it's not there, but physical activity does a lot of the benefits that we're looking to find in that magic pill. So that's really get out there for a walk, and that could definitely solve a lot of things.
Absolutely. All right, so we are just reviewing research summary of the way physical activity improves mental health. We've gone through energy level, self-esteem. We're on to positive affect. So think about that for a moment. What's been your experience with positive affect? Because PA improves that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know my family can tell if I haven't gotten my walk-in for the day. They will definitely say something to me that they notice.
Oh
I'm
my
not as
God.
happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Hashtag wife's not happy, must not have done PA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My husband could probably agree with that.
Yep. More patience. Goodness, that definitely
Yeah.
has a in there.
Yes, absolutely. And that positive mindset. It's interesting that exercise would affect that. It's just incredible because there's stuff going on inside our brains when we move our bodies.
Right. Yeah. And I know Sharon is talking about, she started the HMR virtual training challenge, and it's been so motivating. And I know several folks have mentioned how they wouldn't have really challenged themselves to do that. And now they're feeling so accomplished that they're actually doing it. So, joining a challenge, we're going to talk about that too, as a way to get in more physical activity, but it just has you just feeling good. I remember, Jen, you in the clinic coming in and saying, you know what, I've already gotten my walk in, I've been to swim practice, and you all haven't even gotten up for the day. So it just really does put a little bit more pep in your step. Just feels good.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. John says it improves my mood and reduces my stress levels.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a big one.
That's the
this
next
year.
thing on the list, right, Sandy?
Yeah.
Is the anxiety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So if you're feeling anxious or stressed, PA decreases those symptoms. Now, who can relate? Or, you think about, I think Bob was talking about medications prescribed for depression, but there's a lot of medications prescribed for anxiety and such. And we've heard from a lot of folks that PA does help with those feelings of anxiety. We've already talked about, it's a good stress buster. So if this is something that you all can relate to, please, if you don't mind commenting about how.
Yeah, Sandy, I have to share Frances. She just speaks, she's 59, and the PA has changed my overall attitude towards aging. It is a life changer. Yeah, just your outlook on growing older, aging. I know, Sandy, you mentioned like your fountain of youth, you feel like you have found. That's so big.
Hashtag fountain of youth.
Yes.
All right.
And John says hashtag PA per day keeps the dark times away.
Oh, that's great.
I love that one.
Look at what Sharon wrote. I have reduced my depression med to half the dosage. Wow.
It's amazing.
Oh, and Pat's right, saying the same thing I did earlier. If I feel anxious about something, going for a walk helps me a lot to calm me down and figure out a solution. That's right there with me.
Yeah.
I'm surprised anger is not on here. Because I mean, I think
Yeah.
it does with
Mhm.
anger. I know there's been
Well,
a lot
that's
of times.
probably, when you think about it, the positive affect in a
Yeah,
way.
I
So
would
Yeah.
say that would fit into there.
I think you could fit it under there. Like if you're really angry about something that can just
Mhm.
help you to kind of maybe get some perspective and,
Clear your mind, approach it in a more positive, where it can
Yeah.
be better taken
Yeah.
potentially.
And just a reminder, it doesn't have to be a big long bout.
mm-mm.
We're talking short bouts. They pay off in all these areas we've mentioned
Mhm.
already.
When we're thinking about anxiety, even energy, like some things that come to mind, even sometimes are just like stretching, right? So even if you can't get that really high intensity bout of PA in, something as nice and pleasant as stretching can really go a long way also,
Yeah.
and just helping us breathe a little bit more and feel a little bit better.
Mhm.
So I think that's a great point, Sandy, that it doesn't have
Right.
to be really like all or nothing, that
Yeah.
everything that we do that has us moving really is beneficial.
That's
Yeah.
interesting, Jen, because someone I work with was dealing with a migraine. And she said, all right, my goal is I'm going to schedule and go to a yoga class.
Hmm.
And she sent me a message later, like that stretching was what she needed, and it made a
Wow.
huge difference to her
Mhm.
headache. So that was,
Yeah.
interesting that, again,
Right.
that stretching probably, loosened her up in some such of a way that it really helped with the migraine. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
It is. Yep.
Sharon says, with COVID-19 isolation, my Zumba has helped with being around other people. So important this year. Great.
Zumba has a saying. What is it, Sharon? It's not exercise, it's a party. And it's just a reminder that exercise doesn't have to be dreaded. It can be actually be something you look forward to, and it can be fun. You just need to find that thing that works for you.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
niche. Yep.
Yeah. So many great comments. Shane said, PA is my me time, decompress and de-stress. And Rick really echoed that with less stress, anxiety for me. PA lets me let go of preoccupied thoughts and be more present. Wow. All right. Well,
These are great.
Keep these coming. Let's go on to if you're feeling depressed, PA decreases symptoms. So PA has certainly helped people in this regard, as we've already seen in a lot of the comments. So please keep commenting about that if PA helps you in that area. And also the last one I'll just mention is panic disorder or panic attacks. That extreme anxiety. No surprise, PA decreases those symptoms as well, often for many people. So again, if you identify or can relate to one or more of these, traits or disorders, as they're stated here in the research summary, and PA has helped you, let's hear about it. Continue to post or comment.
Jennifer says, Dance Party USA.
Love it. I'm always up for a dance party.
Y'all know I am.
Definitely.
That is such a fun way to get in physical activity, whether it's Zumba or just dancing. And there's so many things out there, or just turn on the radio, your favorite jams, just turn it up.
Yep. I was very in touch this morning on my morning walk, and I only had time for 20 minutes. So I did a morning walk, and we had a good rain last night, and I was just blown away by what I would have missed had I not gone out and heard all those birds chirping and see all the green, fresh, clean, environment, the fresh air. And, it just had me thankful to be able to move. And I think everyone here can certainly agree with that. And I wanted to just also mention, I know we've been talking about the mental benefits of PA, but Bob mentions exercise helps me stay off insulin. And so much of what we do in our program just really helps us sometimes avoid certain conditions. And PA can also, help with that. So All right.
So
Continue
much
to
better
comment.
quality of life. All right,
Oh, yeah.
time out.
So, yeah.
Fun time. Ready for fun?
Fun.
Yes.
Are we ready
Fun.
for fun?
Yes.
I'm ready for fun.
You ready for fun? All right. One more time here. All right. So you know the drill. If there's somebody new here, we're going to share an example of how the culture is not supporting us to get physical activity in.
Okay.
So look at this picture and we want some funny comments about what comes to mind, either hashtag or not. We've got some very creative hashtag people here. So
We do.
let's see if we can do it again. All right.
Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Yes. And it also is amazing that when we look at these pictures, it's not like people are like blown away by it necessarily. But this one,
Hashtag driving the dog.
Oh, my
hashtag
goodness.
I'm choking.
Oh.
Poor dog.
Okay. Nancy, you had a good one I wrote down.
Okay. What did I say?
You said hashtag how safe is this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Right. He's on the wrong side of the road. Nobody's walking down the road at the same time he's walking his dog.
Yes. Yeah. Pat wants to know who cleans up the poo.
Oh, that's a
In the
good one.
truck.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe as a robo-mobo thing that's
That
gonna
goes
come pick it
a
up.
pooper scooper that's automatic that goes behind the dog.
Oh gosh. Okay, Rick got one. Better dog food or
Not
Guys,
Not
one more step.
one more step.
Or not one more. step.
Not one more
Oh.
step.
Oh, because he looks like he's dragging
it
it.
looks like he's being pulled.
He does.
Yeah.
He's Yep.
Oh goodness. This
So
is
we
funny.
have oh my goodness, where did that one go? So Candy is writing 125 pounds down. One, congrats, Candy. And she can't stand still. What can I do? I am in phase 2. So so that's interesting. So having more energy and can't stand still. So
No, she said she's at a standstill.
oh, at a standstill. Oh, well, doing something new with physical activity can absolutely help.
Yeah,
Changing up that routine.
for sure.
Yeah, that can help.
Right. So actually we are going to get into some strategies here in just a moment.
Yeah.
So please hang on, and chances are something will be shared that would be helpful for you.
What I really, when I see that picture, what I really want is that dog to be able to be strong enough to stop, and that the guy can't move the truck.
Right.
Like hashtag super dog. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, buddy, if you can't walk me, you know, the heck with you.
Yeah.
It's like those machines where folks don't even throw the ball for their dogs anymore. They just put it in like a little machine, or even the dog just puts it in the machine and it throws it for them instead of the person. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Oh, what's Shane got here? At least the dog is walking.
At
Right.
least the dog is walking.
At least the dog is getting exercise, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a hashtag for the man in the truck. Hashtag walks are for dogs.
Oh,
That is a funny one.
Kate has one too. Hashtag rough life for dad.
Ah.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
boy.
David has joined us. I know he's from our Milestone Clinic, and he can't stand still too long, feels strange now if I don't go for a walk or to the gym or something every day. We've really heard that a lot too. Like
Yeah.
it just seems like something's missing when you go days without being active, doing something.
Yeah, you have a new normal, right?
Mhm.
You've
Yeah.
stretched yourself, got yourself out of your comfort zone so often with physical activity. Now it becomes part of your routine and feels strange not to do it. Love that,
Mhm.
David. Good perspective.
So we've got John Niehaus saying hashtag leash lane letdown. And I like Jennifer Maples has got hashtag animal abuse. I'm on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to say what I would do if I saw this in person. I'd want to go get the dog.
Mhm.
And you hate to, you know, it is creative, it's doing some problem solving, but not in the right direction, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we get into some problem solving?
Yeah. So again, if anybody's just joining us, our topic is physical activity. We've been both talking about really how it's difficult to do physical activity in today's environment, and we've really just looked at some fun examples that illustrate that. But the reality is it does take time and it does take effort to do physical activity. But we've also been talking about, even though it is challenging, it's really worth it. It's important. And all of you have been sharing reasons why you feel it's important to you. So now we want to really end this with, a very practical note. So let's talk about strategies and how to. So you've been doing a great job commenting. Let's keep going here. Now, again, your experience, what we're looking for. Please share one or two key strategies that you've used to get in your physical activity. And certainly for those of you who, Larry had mentioned this earlier, that when he started, he wasn't doing any physical activity. And now since he's been in HMR, that he started doing physical activity. Dave, I know that's absolutely, mentioning now, it feels funny if you don't get out and do something every day. I know you weren't doing physical activity when you first started. So all of you, like what's helped you get started doing physical activity? And for those of you who are, like, what helps you to continue to do physical activity? So let's, the more the merrier here for strategies. Let's help people. If you're feeling stuck on your physical activity, you can even ask a specific question, or hopefully what you'll find with what's given here, something that you can relate to. So
we're seeing
here we
some
go.
good tips. So Sharon just writes her physical activity is on her calendar. So scheduling it in just like it's any kind of other appointment. So it's more of a non-negotiable. And we do have some folks, I think Diane, she has sciatica and wanting a good PA. And Dana mentions, checking in with a physical therapist or even a doctor to see what they would suggest. And Google is such a great resource too. And YouTube, you could basically put in the search, physical activity for sciatica. And I'm sure you would get different examples of things that you can do with different limitations. But definitely check in with your doctor before doing anything.
And if you have sciatica, I don't know how, I had a bout of it once and it was like extremely painful. Like if I walked 10 inches, I was in tears. So my biggest thing would be to go, get into physical therapy. Because I mean, the good news is it will go away. It takes longer than you want it to, but treat it, because you can eliminate it. I empathize. That's a tough one.
Susan commented also, she says, try to get a streak going. Keeping, my feet just went away. Keeping a routine going is easier than starting one. That's so true, right?
Yeah,
Keeping that momentum going is so much easier. It can be, once we stop, it's so hard to get back into regular PA.
That'd be fun if people have streaks that they're doing, to share those.
Yeah, and how they got into it. We kind of help them to stay on that streak. And I know we have really followed David in his journey. He's been sharing a lot of his milestones in our group. He just says, when I started, I was 524 pounds. For 5 months, I couldn't do PA at all because of my back pain. After losing some weight, just doing decision free, I started leaning on a cart and pushing it up and down the aisles at a grocery store nearby every day, until I outgrew it and upgraded to a Walmart size store and then a couple miles outside. Slowly over time, I just kept pushing myself further and further as I lost more and more weight. And now he's lost 307 plus pounds. It's just, how many times have we heard too, like people just adding on minutes? Like I start off with 5 minutes and then I add another minute each week and another minute. And then before they know it, they're built up to 45 minutes to 60 minutes. It's just really amazing to be okay to get started. as a beginner. It's okay not to be able to run a marathon as soon as you step outside the door.
Frances also has a good tip. She says, I started with walk videos. It's great, great low impact if you have joint issues. And then her daughter got her a watch, right? So there's a little bit of accountability sometimes with something like a Fitbit or some other kind of device.
Yeah, YouTube has a lot of, videos, as you were mentioning, Jen, with Google, but YouTube, if you can't go out, or if you're don't feel safe outside, or the weather's bad, that's kind of a fun way. We're talking about fun, walking, dancing videos, those can be fun.
Yeah, I know a lot of clients have mentioned, I always say her name wrong, but it's Walking Away the Pounds is a really great one.
Leslie
Sandstone. Yep. So, and she has several on YouTube that are free that you can do.
Yep. Leslie,
I have to just share, most of the time, I don't love getting up really early to exercise, which is when I typically get up and do it early first thing. So I set 2 alarms, if we're just talking how-tos. I have an alarm on the bedside table, and I also have another alarm that's actually in the closet where my clothes are laid out the night before. So I have to physically get up and go in there and turn it off. And it sounds silly maybe, but that's what it takes to get me going in the morning. And I never regret it. Once I'm doing it, it's great, but I don't want to do it, especially at 5 a.m.
I love that. Having the alarm, so you have to get up to turn it off. And then I think it's a key for me. I have to have my clothes laid out.
Yeah.
Like right there. So, it just takes the decision out of it. It's like you get up and you put them on before you even think about it.
And
I've known people who sleep in them.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've done that too. And I've even made sure I have like my socks together, everything, because I have rolled over because I've had to find socks to wear. And that just can be overwhelming. So any little thing to make it less likely that you'll not do it. And we also, I know, joining a community, or Sharon has her Zumba group that she goes to. And I know that so many times right now they're doing it virtually. And so having that community, I know right now we're doing our virtual training series as a community in our closed Facebook group. And so many folks have joined that. And so getting a partner, anything can help with that accountability and make you more accountable to do it. And it makes it more fun too, when you have other people. And I know there have been times like, I got to get my day in because Sharon's doing it. I know other people are going to be doing it. I can't not do it because other people are doing it. So it's a friendly competition.
Yeah. I know we've probably all learned this past year in 2020 that sometimes you have to roll with the punches too. And if our routines have to change because of circumstances like the gym's not open, or you have to stay indoors or what have you for various reasons, COVID being one freshest in our minds. That idea of being flexible around changing up your routines and just doing what you have to do to, create those new routines when the need arises. I remember when I first had small children, I was not a morning person, but that was basically my only time to exercise. I quickly became a morning exerciser because that was it. That was the only opportunity. Yeah. So great.
Yeah. Importance of having a plan B too, a backup plan. For indoor, outdoor, gyms closing, having an option where you can still be active instead of just, well, my gym's closed, can't be active. So
even something as simple as keeping an extra pair of sneakers and socks in your car so that, when my daughter has swim practice, rather than sitting in the car waiting, I'm like, well, this could be 30 minutes that I can get out and I can just walk around the pool complex.
Yeah.
So grabbing those little moments too sometimes is necessary.
That reminds me, Jen, of something I do every now and then. If I'm going to a big box store like Home Depot or Costco or one of those, I'll walk the interior perimeter a couple of times before I start my shopping. And it's just a way to sneak in a few minutes, you know, in a safe environment and yeah, even level ground.
And that's a
control.
great, if you even need a cart, right? Just for stability to hold on to. It's just so convenient that way. I have to give a shout out to John. He says, I now have even started to jog a little and would have never been able to do that before.
Yeah.
That's great, John.
That's awesome. And Tanya, she just finished her 4-mile with Leslie Sansome, Walk Away the Pounds, while listening to you about physical activity.
Oh,
so,
wow. Isn't that funny, huh?
Yeah, that's a good point too. I know we talk on our calls, any time we're not necessarily having to run a group or run a meeting, if you can get out and take a walk. I know a lot of my folks get out and take a walk. Nancy, I normally try to get out and walk during our role model call, just because you may not have time during the day other than a meeting or something to get out in. So that's great.
Rosalind
John Niehaus was saying, you know, he gets the DVR plus the treadmill, so that's his opportunity to watch his shows.
Oh yeah.
So
That's a great
you know, that
strategy.
can be a fun, like, all right, I can only watch the show if I get on, right, if I'm on the treadmill, or some people read on the treadmill.
I'm all about the audiobook while I'm
Audiobook.
Yep.
Rosalind brings up something that I do regularly, so I can really relate to this, Rosalind. Having a partner that will encourage you through a text to get up and walk or work out, but having someone who will text and say it's time to get moving. I have a partner I do that with, my cousin, and I will check in on weekends. Have you done your walk yet? And in a text. So that gets me going, knowing she's going to ask.
Accountability really can make a
For
difference.
sure.
Yeah. My sister and I often take walks together with our phone because we don't live, you know, close by. So we just set a date, an appointment, you know, to take a walk together. It's really nice to have that accountability.
Yeah, that's really nice.
All right.
All right.
So many great ideas.
So as you guys are looking, just, you know, feel free to, there's just a lot here that you can look at and get ideas from. I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, shall we round it out here, ladies?
I think we should.
Yeah, we could talk. We could go on all night, but
We could.
We're good at talking. Yeah.
Just love all these comments though, and all the, you know, just so many good ideas generated. I love that people are posting.
Yes, yes. And we do hope that this was helpful to get folks thinking about ways to move when our environment doesn't always support it, being out there looking for opportunities to move our bodies. Next, just wanted to mention that next Thursday, the 18th, it marks our 1-year anniversary. Can you believe it? Of doing these Facebook Live events.
No.
1 year we've been doing this. We started it during COVID to just, you know, support our community of HMR dieters, and it's just
started in Rick's basement.
There you go.
Right, we've come a long way.
We've come such a long way.
All right. Well, I hope folks can join us next Thursday. It is going to be a fun celebration. Lots of guests, and so be on the lookout for more information about that event. And thank you all for being here. Thanks for watching. And thank you, ladies, for teaming up with me.
For all your
participation.
participation. Good
Thanks,
night, everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.